Hello everybody, something is clearly broken. What have we got going on here? Stickers by Dot is broken, okay. No, no stickers today, guys. But hey, how are we all doing? I'm Loomis, and it is time for Pyre. Closing in on the end. Only got 4 people left. The stars are growing dim. I think there's only one match before the next tournament, which suggests that there's like 2 tournaments at most left. I don't know who we're going to be trying to send home. Those 2 at most is fine, because after that we won't have enough people to send anyone home. Bertrude doesn't seem to want to go home. If we get rid of Volford, we don't have any contact with the other side in case we need to coordinate. And also, he's the one organizing this thing to get people out of the downside. It feels kind of dishonest for him to escape before that happens. Tizo, I mean, he wants to visit the Commonwealth to go on holiday? He's an imp, so he could presumably just fly there. So I guess it'd be Bay? I'm gonna really miss her though. And also, I don't know what... well... I guess if I wouldn't send her back as one of the first, because I don't know how she'd manage on her own. But she's got a lot of friends over there now. She wouldn't be without friends and family. Plus she's got the connection to the scribes. I mean, we're not going to need that anymore once the scribes abandon the downside. So I guess Faye goes back and she can take her scribe knowledge to the plan. I will miss my Bay though. I'll be trapped with just these 3. Which Tizo's the only one I feel I can talk to. Ah well. Maybe the plan will succeed and we'll be able to all go back to the Commonwealth. I wasn't that fussed about going, Pamatha specifically left us Moonshine. Nice. I can sense you out there somewhere. What is it that you want? And come and train with us some more and help us fulfill our sole remaining purpose. We'll do one quick practice match. I'm not sure if this progresses, if you need to do practice matches to progress Sandra's story. Or we can warm up in any case. Yeah, she's not got a thing equipped, has she? Well, most of these don't work right now, so I guess we'll take this one. Oh. Okay. There we go. Gertrude is surprisingly speedy. Oh, that's not quite what I meant to do. Well, this is why I need a practice match. Go on, dunk it. Man. Okay, so we got the range buff on Volford's teleport, and it's now really disorientating to use. He does not end up where I expect him to end up. He ends up all the way across the map. Which is good, but I need to get used to it. You find yourself back in the Black Wagon, so not a moment had passed since you left. At dawn, your companions are prepared to depart. Everyone is silent. Your travels are to take you back to the pit of Melee. Soon after, the stars shall draw you here again. It's really stormy out. Wondering where this business with the stars is going. We landed. Can we talk to them? No. An optimist might say that the stars are fading because once the plan succeeds, the rights will no longer be needed. I mean, otherwise it's a pretty big coincidence that they're fading now, right? Of course, if the rights are super important to the scribes, then the stars could be fading to stop us from completing the plan. I don't think things are going as quite as they intended, but the scribes still set all this up for a reason. Gertrude expressed interest in taking this route. No reason given. Trying to pursue your vocations. They suspects you may find something of value along this route. Go on, I'm curious. What can you find for me here? You arrive again in the fetid swamps of Flagging Hands, already anticipating the stinking feeling that comes with the place. This time, Gertrude has something to say for it. We shall show ye how to withstand the less pleasant qualities of this locale. She reveals various salves and minor enchantments that help to counteract the spirit-draining effects of the region. Soon everyone is feeling better, if but for the insurances. Henceforth you shall not suffer penalties to hope in this region. Was that all she wanted to show us? So I was about to say, that's kind of rubbish. I don't know that we're ever gonna come here again. But no, it looks like we actually get to explore the area as well. What is this? Where's the... there appears. Gertrude's about to get her ritual. Equipped with the respawn thing, that's especially useful for these. You called for me, lovely Rita? Please, Rita, leave me be. I ask that you leave me be. Go about your business. Go, watch the stars die out, and get your idiots their freedom. You be sure to tell that herald with whom you consort that Sandra the Unseeing did her job. You tell him that. Perhaps that way he shall put in a good word, and the scribe shall finally provide for me a bit of a reprieve. She falls silent for a time. I do not know what else to do, Rita. But you remain with her, letting her draw whatever strength and comfort from your thoughts as you are able to afford. That was kind of you. However, let us conduct our business. I care not for your pity. Do not come visit me again like this without my asking. I insist. Just name the victim, and I shall be more than pleased to make him or her suffer a bit. Okay, so we've got extra dunk power. That's all we're carrying here. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Gertrude. The old bog crone, then. She does have some potential, I should think. More so than most of those with whom you share that little residence. Then let us bring her forth. Soon Gertrude appears in heed of the summons. We sense that thou hast need of us. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, crone. You answer to me here. How very eloquent. May your vast experience exceed your knack for pleasant conversation. I trust that you shall have little trouble here without the benefit of your more communicative friends. Now come. Oops. Okay, we did get off our blast first, at least. Whoop. Come on, get in there. What the? Why did it bounce all the way over there? What gives? They must have some item or ability where the orb bounces when dropped. That counted, really? He was absolutely in my aura. Outrageous. Whoop. Whoop. Do the jump! She's so fast, but she also runs out of stamina really quickly. It's hard to time a good jump. I didn't get either of them? It's upsetting. Whoop! Ah, almost made it. Whoop. Come on, get in there. scored all those easy points early on, and now we can't get anything. Oh, I picked up the orb. I didn't realize I had it. Stopped my... What? How did that not... Okay, this one we've got. There we go. I feel like I made that harder than it needed to be. A simple test. Undeserving to be called a challenge. I ought to fail you just for gloating, crone. These are not my rules, and your performance is sufficient. Thus you have passed my test. Congratulations are in order, to you, and to your lovely reader. Now farewell. Good riddance to that mouthy wraith. Show us then what trinkets she bestoweth upon us. The lead's tail. Bertrude's blast pierces through solid objects. Oh, that is good. The Sisters of the Arch cut into her skin. When she was through with them, she shed the rest. Alright, let's have a look around here. Together with Bertrude, you venture forth into the fetid swamps of Coldmoat to ensure the path is clear and check for anything of value. We have seen enough now for the time. Let us return. You sense Bertrude's spirits lighten to some extent. The survey is brief and uneventful, leaving you with time enough to pursue your vocations on your return. Oh, we got our vocations as well. Let's see, do we try to get power to upgrade one of our items, or do we try and level someone up? How much gold do we have put aside? So we might be able to buy some powder. I think I'll try and level someone up. Bertrude's the furthest behind. I'd like to get to know her better, I suppose. See if she says anything. Very well then. Educate us, if you canst. You sit down with Bertrude to go over some of the subtler aspects of the rites, such as the state of banishment and how to return from it. You sense she is beginning to understand. I remain intrigued about this banishment come from the stars. Okay. Well, with banishment and sickness being a major problem right now, and our crew so limited, we need all hands on deck. Let's see if we can level these two up. Guys, can't help but wondering whatever happened to that number with the wings. You know the one. I guess she's kind of pretty, maybe, I suppose? She's still around by any chance? Because, well, anyways. Some stardust. +5, that's exactly what I wanted, and it's the exact amount of money I have. Sell these as well, mind. You don't have any permanent boosts? No, not that I could afford any anyway, but just having a look. Pleasure was all mine and Dad's, you guys. Let's see. Double blink range. Now we should move a ridiculous distance. Let's see what's going on in the book. There is a simple pleasure to be found in foraging about this place. Easy for a cur to say, of course. Though barren looking to the naked eye, the downside has its share of semi-hidden treasures waiting to be found. 'Twas a nose for treasure, after all, which drew us here. Certain types of artifacts found in this place would fetch a reasonable sum in sol, whether because they shine within a light or due to other special properties. I've observed that stardust, freshly fallen from the heavens, sometimes glimmers in the afternoons. I have not found a use for it as yet, although because it brings me faith, perhaps I have, indeed. Is there more in here? Or was that the only page? Nothing else is lit up. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. The mood is more dour than usual as you make preparations for the coming rite. A hush has fallen over your fellow exiles, and a sense of dread hangs in the air. At least one of your companions is unfazed. We sense the influence of one of our own. She is nearby. Her mind, corrupted, calls out, screaming. Canst thou hear it, perhaps? She speaks of Witch Mild, the adversary whom you expect to face this night. The witch, she doth revere an ancient god undying and unyielding on this land and on her consciousness. We may attempt an exorcism here, for the conditions are unique, and she may not be expecting us to be abetting ye. However, 'tis a risk, on her mind and mine own, although a worthwhile risk, perhaps. Gertrude seems to think that Utmild can be weakened somehow through the coming rite. Then the stars above begin to shimmer with their strange light. There, the star of Islak. Our adversary worships it and whom it represents. Fixate upon that star, reading one, if thou so darest, invoke its power. Do so, and our adversary Utmild, she shall be emboldened, but also left vulnerable to our own sorceries. We may yet limit her ambitions, thus. Consider her wish. Which one is not born? They shall be more cunning, and much quicker to react. Very well, we shall dare it.
Reader, it seems the stars once more have mustered wherewithal to usher in the rites. The sky grows dimmer by the day. An age is ending. Surely you must know by now that you shall never all be free.
Well, I wasn't going back anyway.
To fulfill some senseless plan. But I digress, of course. Some of us still honor the tradition. Some of us hold dear the teachings of the scribes.
What have we here? Ye have returned once more to our presence. We sense something among ye. Who? Gertrude slithers forth and gazes at her adversary. Oh, maggot, we should have known. But Bertrude does not respond. Ye Nightwings, that one shall be of little benefit to ye. That one sorcery is a mere pittance to the overwhelming might of Islak. Soon you shall see. Leading one, thou invoketh the star of Islak. So then, beware. To our sorcery shall Utmilt be cast into a hopeless doubt about her faith upon her god. It shall be done if we prevail, but only if. Our own mind shall perhaps be forfeit otherwise. It seems that through the outcome of this rite, either Utmild shall be permanently weakened, or Bertrude shall instead.
Choose quickly your triumvirate. Bertrude. Bay. Teaser.
Guess we should bring our best. There's going to be consequences here. Tizo urges you all to face Utmild without fear. Now then, Nightwings. Ye wish to mock Islak. Ye, in your infinite foolishness, shall be among the first to suffer.
Now begin. Was almost cruel.
Yeah, we got it.
Your adversary's Pyre is the first to falter.
You know, I should have checked what the. Oh, I did not mean to pick it up there. Jump!
3 Nightwings. Now there's a proper doubting.
One of our own. Seeketh ye the lifeblood for thyselves, yes. Ye wretched witch, tampering with eldritch forces of which ye knowest not. Ye forfeit everything for an abomination from the stars. Quaint, because perchance ye sought the true enlightenment, yet ye reveal yourself to be as narrow as the things with which ye now consort. Islak shall devour ye as all the rest.
Ah, the foul witch Utmilda. Would that she served the scribes as faithfully as the most struck a blow against the adversary's power.
Jump! Ah, I'm out of stamina.
Oh, you poor Nightwings.
Jump!
Farewell
Okay.
for now, witch.
That worked out alright for me.
Now that is how you snuff a flame. The Nightwings edge closer to victory.
I should jump in time with Tizo. He's got just slightly too much wind up for me.
In the aura.
Oh. Double kill.
Banishment for all.
No one, get it in there.
Deliverance.
2 hit points, really.
The right is nearly ended. Such fervor.
There we go.
And it is done.
And the 20 gold, sadly.
Nightwings managed to prevail.
We accomplished perhaps our greater mission.
Must be rather shaken after that. The right is done.
How can this be? How can this be? Islak, answer us. Islak! Islak! Richard Mill continues with her screaming, having been defeated in the right. You observe Bertrude there, fixed in a meditative pose. There, Otmild, relent, relent! Thy god has not abandoned thee, because thy god is dead. Thy god is dead. Pay to him all thou likest, yet it shall do thee no good. As Bertrude recedes into the shadows, Otmild slumps down, staring at nothing before her. Impossible. This cannot be. Answer us. Answer us! Hey, Badger. How are you doing? Otmild suffered -5 hope, permanently. Well, I don't know if we're ever going to have a match against her again, but that's something. May the scribes have mercy.
The rites do tend to teach something of trust. Apparently, the exiled Bertrude is committed to the path.
Dark times in Pyre? Well, that Lady's God being dead is not a bad thing for us, considering the Lady's God is one of the greatest evils in the setting. So there's that. But yeah, the stars are going out. The rites are soon to end. At the very least, change is afoot. This land, so rife with eldritch knowledge, long forbidden in the Commonwealth. You learn the stuff of fear itself. Take the greater blast, please. And we've got this already huge blast that goes through walls is even bigger. Sick times in Pyre, yeah. Yeah, we slam dunked that Lady's God.
Now take your sordid business someplace else.
And maybe she'll be less evil now? Who knows? Inside the wagon, after vanquishing the withdrawn, Bay is discussing aspects of the outcome with the others, when the lone minstrel seeks you out. Pardon the interruption, reader, though I need ask a moment of your time, while the night is clear enough for you to see. Please, come have a look outside. Perhaps the news of your next destination may further stir the hearts of your companions. Among what stars yet remain shining in the night, one of them now burns as bright as ever you have seen. The path to freedom calls you again. Answer its call. Yep. Straight back to the Liberation Rite. There's only one match between them. I mean, at the rate that things have been escalating, there should now be 2 Liberation Rites in a row. Double event. The cycle turns even more quickly now, until such a time as it shall shudder to a halt. He makes a sound then, almost like a laugh. I forget myself, reader. I should not say such things. The scribes, they would say that one ought focus on the path in front of them. When we set forth to walk along an laboured path, it can be all too much if we stand back and look upon it as a whole. We may well decide to turn around. But if we begin to walk while casting down our gaze, And whilst resisting well the urge to look too far ahead, we may make steady, careful progress. Soon enough we may arrive where we endeavored. The lone minstrel bids you good evening. You had best retire for the night. When first daylight comes, it shall be time again to take to the skies. I thought Bertrude would want to talk to me, but apparently not. Faye is cuddling the drive imps. Hungry and wide awake. My sympathies. Taking stock of the imps, sitting quietly. Nothing going on? Let us all do this again sometime. The foul name of the Star Titan is written here but once. Do not invoke it, lest you aid its reawakening. It sups upon despair and fear and doubt in lands such as our own. 'Twas the mighty Mistress Melieve which tracked the astral-born monstrosity within its loathsome pit, where it lay nursing wounds sustained from traveling across the stars in search of simple prey. The wicked astral-born could drive a lesser creature to the brink of sanity with a mere passing glance, but not Melieve. She cast upon the fiend 100 words of binding, each one more binding than the last. The creature's incandescent skin we bound this book, and bound ourselves unto the stars. What was that? I feel like we do a messenger imp. Then again, maybe it hasn't been enough time. Your wagon reels from the impact of some sort of massive object slamming into it mid-flight. False Nightwings. Aralek calls down to you all from atop his wagon. Where did he get a wagon, though? There should only be a limited number of these things. I don't know how he's doing half the stuff that he's doing. Again you seek to climb that cursed mountain beneath us. Again you seek to take my rightful place. I should send you crashing down to it, that you might fall as I have. He stares down at all of you. But I shall not. Rather, we shall meet upon the summit, ere the last cycle of the rites is ended. Until then... I want to send Bay home, if we can. I'm gonna get Bay favor. You make landing on the sacred Mount Elodia after your encounter with Aralek. Aralek spoke the truth. He has a right to gain the summit. When the time comes, Celeste shall deem him worthy, and let him pass. While he has transgressed against the rites, he has also already been anointed and prevailed. Nothing is written in the book on this, and liberty ought already be his. For the time it seems that he has not yet traveled to the summit. Perhaps he is still making preparations with his fellow exiles. These guys made Hades? I don't think I know that one. Is it in a similar style? When, exactly? Aralek intends to make good on his promise he did not make clear. For now you are to confront Lendl and the accusers on the summit. But first you may prepare. One wonders. We're gonna face the accusers and then face Aralek right after them as the final boss sort of thing? Slightly isometric Binding of Isaac style thing. Okay. Through rooms fighting to escape hell. That sounds very different to this. But the style of this somehow reminds you of it? But pretty as these guys do. Ah, okay, so it's like the art style. Later that afternoon, the art of characters talking is identical. Okay. You accompany Bay through the ancient formations of Temple Cistern to the monument of Under King Ars. Oh, scribes, if it is truly your will that the cycle of rites shall soon be ended, then I look forward to its glorious conclusion. May the worthiest among us reap your generous blessings, and may we all, who are so fortunate to be a part of your traditions, bear you in our hearts forever. You return to the wagon. She has finished paying her respects. The summit awaits, but first there is time to continue practicing your vocations. See glory for the next rite. Nice. Oh. What's going on, Bay? Bay seems to be speaking to herself again. She is unaware of your presence, or shows no sign of it, at least. Mercy, freedom, they are intertwined. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. She is reciting passages from the Book of Rites, though to your knowledge she cannot read. Freedom to the worthy. The downside cannot let us all go free. Thus freedom to the worthy. Is that not so, O Saint Trieste? Is that not the conclusion which you formed with your 7 most trusted friends? She pauses for a while as though listening, and nods her head from time to time. Yes, I see. Well, I am ever grateful to you, Saint Trieste, for your guidance and your presence. And I wish all of your friends safe passage there among the stars. It must be so very beautiful out there. With your wings you can fly freely, can't you, Saint? You can visit me at any time. Come and go as you please. From the stars all the way here? You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. I know. And yet, sometimes I wish I was like you, or like Miss Pamitha. But I know I am the way I am, because I'm meant to be this way. And I know that you are always watching. So thank you, Saint Trieste Tithys. Thank you, and your friends. She wanders out into the afternoon, leaving you there to consider her words. In the Commonwealth, her unfavoring faith in the 8 scribes would have been seen as a delusion. Such prayer or communion was forbidden. The scribes were mythical figures, but even they worshipped the stars, and it was the stars that lighted the way for the founders of the Commonwealth, or so its leaders taught. 22 on this boss. What's the game? Mortal Shell. Okay, yeah, I think you mentioned that before. Told me a little bit about it. Mortal Shell's the really minimalist one? Gertrude is either sleeping or meditating. It's hard to tell which. Next is similar. You don't level up, you just upgrade various corpses you find. You upgrade corpses? You don't block, you turn to stone. That sounds kind of interesting. Take on a stone form so that attacks bounce from you. I meant to evolve it because I think you can reach, yeah, you can reach the next level. Still fought hard as hell and brought the boss to 0, only to find out stage 2. Oof. should be interested to see which lessons you have taken from the book. You and Volford spent some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rites, such as the properties of the aura. You sense he gained something from it. Long did I bide my time in anticipation that one day the Nightwings would reform under a common cause. To be a part of it myself, it nourishes the spirit. We detonate his sapling. When Volford and his allies are banished, adversaries are slow and cannot use abilities. Yeah, that seems pretty good. We'll grab that. Well observed, I have to say, my kin. And then, if we ever get his final level, we'll grab this one. The resurrection one. Maybe I should have grabbed that first, I don't know. Got a lot of cool characters now. I have 4 characters. Most of them have gone home. A messenger somehow tracks you down in the old masonry of Mount Elodiel and delivers to you recent news and rumors from the other side. Oh, Volford? We've had him a while. He was the reader before me years ago. And like he hasn't been fighting until recently. He's just been like advising us, but yeah, recently he's decided to put on the raiments and do his best to help us out once again. And yeah, we've also got the Hag Lady. She's our most recent character. Big Bertha. Again, a character we met long ago who's recently decided to join us. A messenger imp somehow tracks you down in the old masonry of Mount Elodiel and delivers to you recent news and rumors from the other side. Specifically, the imp shares details regarding Pamitha and what became of her since she was liberated at the fall of Solium. She found herself back in the homeland of her enemies, where, despite her connection to the Highwing remnants, her past transgressions were forgiven. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the casual chat is the most important part of the game. Getting really into the characters. I mean, when you really look at it, the actual plot is quite simple, but it's the way the characters interact with it that brings you in. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this game. So it's top tier, I definitely recommend it. Yeah, she found herself back in the homeland of her enemies, where despite her connection to the Highwing remnants, her past transgressions were forgiven. In fact, she was asked to join the military council, given her unique background. Yet she refused to cooperate, and instead demanded to be reunited with her sister, Tamitha. These guys don't make bad games. I think this is the only game by them that I've played, but I'd definitely be interested in trying more. When they threatened her with a resentencing to exile, and insisted that she take the opportunity, Pamitha said at last that she would think it over, and return with a decision soon. Next she was seen, however, was among Volford's sons and daughters of the Revolution, where it is said she has attached her loyalty, at least for the time. We thank this imp for bringing you this news, which soon gets your companions talking. Hades, Pyre, Transistor, Bastion. I feel like you've mentioned Bastion before. But yeah, I've not played any of those other than, obviously, this one. But I'm gonna have to look them up, I guess. I hold to hope that both the Thane sisters shall one day join together as part of our good cause. The two of them can help lead us toward a brighter future. We suspect the ancient enmity between the winged and the flightless shall not be soon resolved, if ever at all. Tizo wishes for Pamitha to find her way and her sister in the Commonwealth. Symmetric Diablo light with good music and plot. Okay. Definitely got that style, yeah. Weird games with strange plots and lots of character focus. I wonder where her sister is right now. I'm sure she cares for Pamitha, I'm sure of it. In spite of some mixed feelings, the news of Pamitha's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with resolve. There's one hope for the next rite. Wish Pamitha luck. You are returned once more to Scribe's Gate, where the Gate Guardian awaits under a dim sky. The exiles of the Nightwings, and you, Tariq. This is to be one of our final meetings. Greetings, Celeste. The Nightwings are prepared, and afterwards I would have words with you, in private, if you please. It seems to me rather late now for words, Tariq, and I shall hear them, once your charges cross the gate. Now all of you, come forth. Please state your names and what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Once more, your companions cross the gate, one after another, and once more you follow them in turn. Celeste regards you all, then waves you through toward the summit. The 8 scribes. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. And Tariq? Aye, Celeste? You may rejoin the others in a while. For now, I would hear those words of yours. Certainly, Celeste. Everyone, I shall see you shortly.
The plains that sleep below, to the canyons open wide, hear the song of morning for the lost on the hill and the
Hey guys, it's gotten real cold up here, but it's well worth it. Let me tell you, because I got a lot of been stopping by. Okay, I may have been exaggerating just a little since I've been waiting here a little while, I guess, but are you buying anything?
canyons open wide, singing songs of gentle mourning.
Hey Tilly, what are you up to?
For his lost and lonesome bride.
Permanently grants +1 presents. Too bad I can't afford it. S plus communication? I don't follow. I'm not understanding this communication that is S plus tier. Whoosh! Say hi, Tilly. Guy just jittering his way almost off his seat. Falcon Run's a good guy. $98. If we get a chance, I'm going to have to spend some time. Maybe I should just sell some of this stuff. I don't know if we're going to use any of this stuff again. So everybody's got legendary talismans now. Sell everything, buy mushrooms. What's up, Tilcat? Okay, now let me sell this thing, so it looks like it's worth a good chunk. And I will buy this permanent buff. That's how you get a repeat customer there, Dad. You give him a deal. Seems to have warmed up a little. Buy, 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 sell, sell, sell. There are natives in this land with some capacity for thought, an oddly keen instinct for the mercantile. Suspicious creatures, but not disagreeable entirely. From time to time we make exchange with them. They lust for coins, for the imperial sol, though why they do not say. We speculate it is a delicacy. Serves as little purpose here, whilst their slug market wares are sometimes valuable. These creatures appear drawn to places where the heavens shine the brightest, perhaps because they know we are as well. What they want exactly is unclear. We taught them of our lands, yet they remain preoccupied with simpler things. Who should I use this buff on? You know, I've been putting most of my buffs on Bay, but I think I'm going to try and liberate her this time. I think she's the best one to send back, so somebody else needs the next buff? Let's see. Presence, slightly bigger aura. That'll probably be good on Tizo. He's already got quite a decent aura and he's very fast on the attack. Come on, Tizo. Let's bump you up. Can't leave this area, it's boss fight or new game. Oof. Nowhere to go level or anything? That always kind of sucks when games lock you in like that. Can't begin the liberation right, there's a cat climbing all over me. You know I'm in the middle of something, right, Tilly? The time has come again to deliver one of your fellow exiles to a homecoming in the Commonwealth. Lest your adversaries, the accusers, achieve the same instead. The lone minstrel has returned, and approaches as you await the signal from the stars. There is something that I wish to ask you, Reader. Something which, ordinarily, would not be my place to discuss in any detail. You have observed the stars. If you would not mind my asking you in such a direct manner, how many liberation rites are you supposing yet remain? Oh. Yeah, that's done for, Tilly. One of her favorite. I was jingling one of her favorite toys while I was reading this, and it's finally snapped. Pulled the fishes right off the stick. I mean, this thing's been on death's door for a long time, so it's amazing it's lasted this long, to be honest, but still. End of an era, Tilly. I'll have to get you a new one. You heading out now? Go on then. Okay, well by my count there's 2 remaining at the current rate. Can't level up, you just get a... Oh, okay, I think I see. You don't really get stronger, you just get more choices in how to handle things. One of the things I like about Dungeon World, the tabletop RPG system I use, you do get stat ups, but they're very slow. You don't get much stronger physically level to level, especially compared to something like D&D, where you like double in stats between level 1 and level 2. but you get absolutely buried in abilities. You learn new ways of dealing with things. You get new options, and you can sort of puzzle through stuff better. It has this odd system where once you get to a high level in it, and you simultaneously feel like a god who can change the very fate of the world, and also feel like somebody might knife you in a tavern and that'd be it for you. Very strong and very weak at the same time. There's a set level 2 kind of Vader. Learn how to dodge everything or lose. Fair enough. It's just figure out the boss. Yeah, Dungeon World's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it. Anyway, yeah, so, I don't know, a couple of nights ago there was 3 matches and then a Liberation. Next time there was 2 matches and then Liberation. Now there's 1 match and then Liberation. I count that there'll be this one and then there'll be another Liberation with no matches in between. And that will presumably be the last one. Tell him the only logical deduction which you have been able to make, based off all your readings of the stars of late, is that there shall be one final liberation rite after tonight. I concur with your evaluation, Vita. I wish to make certain that you are aware, so that you and the Nightwings may yet make the most of your remaining time together with us. Stage 1 flawlessly. Do not understand stage 2 and die flawlessly. Yeah, that can be a pain with some kinds of bosses, where you feel like you can't learn stage 2 because you die almost instantly and then you're back to doing stage 1. Which, even though you've memorized it, takes time to do and stops you from spamming stage 2 until you can learn that. As to what shall happen once the final liberation rite is ended, we shall soon both find out. But lo, it seems that we are called upon once more. Look forth. You know what? I'm gonna refill my mug before this because stuff's about to get real. And I've drunk all of my water. I'm gonna be just a moment and I'll be right back with you. Okay. Here we go. We are called upon once more. Look forth. No thank you. I don't want any extra challenges at a liberation rite.
Reader, I would ask that you think back for just a moment, if you please. When you first looked upon the Book of Rites, think back upon the words that it revealed. Oblige the voice that tells you more. Oblige the voice that tells you more. Would that the scribes were here among us still. I would not sing your praises to them, rest assured. I trust that you shall savor this occasion. You shan't have to oblige me for much longer.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Get out a couple of his moves. Just wait until you get to round 3. Then, anointed one of the accusers, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. But /A combos from that I can't see the warning for. Ah, okay. Poised as ever, Lendl steps forward and reaches for his mask. I was branded Lendl the Liar. Once I reclaim my liberty, that name shall be forgotten, and my rightful station in the Commonwealth shall be restored. Nightwing, you may have prevailed against me when last we met upon this sacred site. But the many years since then have taught me much. I shall not fail again. Yet you hold much resentment for your adversaries. Is that not so, Lendl? Resentment is too kind a word for it. They are cheaters, one and all, unfairly favored by those scribes, while those such as myself must struggle endlessly for such a chance. Now come, my accusers, let us vanquish these undeserving oafs, and prove now to the scribes that they were fools to favor the likes of them. He dons his mask once more. I am ready. Nightwings, your choice. In whose name shall you conduct this liberation rite? I wish you the wisdom of the scribes in making your choice, Riva. And I wish you to come prepare a song with me, Tariq.
Whom shall you attempt to send home this time?
It's outrageous, it's unfair. Ah, you mean me? That I get to go home? But the 8 scribes, what if they still want me to stay?
Who shall strive for her? Tizo.
Tizo is determined to help the Nightwings prevail in the liberation rite.
Bertrude.
We shall lend our support to that one, then.
It is done.
Come then, Nightwings, and look upon me one last time, for by dawn I shall be free, while you all wallow in the terrible defeat we have in store for you.
Commence.
Whoop. First blood. I forgot to check the equipment and abilities. Oh well. Whoop. You, imp! He singles out Tizo from across the sacred grounds. The indignity which you have wrought upon me all these long years, tonight it shall be washed away, as I at last return unto my post. Long had I toiled in this abominable place, only for you, pathetic wretch that you are. You, of all things, to thwart me and my accusers, in our moment of triumph! Some small consolation in knowing that the Nightwings fell apart soon after. The misfortune which you doubtless wrought yourself. As for we have clawed our way back to this mountaintop, you snithering, loathsome little beast. This time, things are going to transpire in a very different manner. Just you watch. But Tizo stares right back at him, betraying no emotion, and then he claws at his mask. Certain imp expressions was his translation. Suffice it, Tizo does not hold Lendl in high esteem. It seems Tizo does not hold Lendl's mother in high esteem either. Then he dons his mask once more. Tune? Heck yeah. Why, you! How dare you raise your weakling voice at me, you blasted Nightwings! But that we could all go free, that I might have you all arrested and then sentenced once again. Now get out of my way. Whoop! Not quite to plan. I skidded into the orb, blocking my own shot. We got a dunk out of it, so, you know. Now, accusers, grant me your auras and your anger, that we might finally secure our rightful victory against these demons whom we face. He's channeling the auras of his triumvirate, and their strength combines with his. This must be the Aura Gate. Okay, so now he's got a demon's aura.
Too bad for that one.
Nah, we out.
'Twas a crushing blow against their pyre. There.
I keep doing this with Bertrude.
Somebody get the orb.
Oof. She's slippery is the thing. You need to stop. She moves like a boat. You need to stop and turn much earlier than you feel like you need to.
Once more like that and we are finished here.
Come on. Ah! Bad timing.
Was dangerously close.
Oop.
Beneath contempt. How very fortunate.
Oh, so close.
Not much to be done whilst all are banished.
Still, that's two of them down. Man, how fast does Lendl recover?
The orb is loose.
The guy is tireless. There we go.
Last. The blasted Nightwings proved their worth. As for their adversaries, they did not. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen the exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Blast you, Nightwings! Again you cheated me! Have you no pride at all in this tradition? I can go home? I think this means I can go home. She shuts her eyes. By the scribes! By the scribes! But what will happen now? To you? To all of you? Can you not come with me? No, they say not yet. The scribes, they say not yet, although I think your time will come. Your time will come. And I will wait for you because I don't have friends back home. At least I didn't used to, so I want you to come join me there, okay? But now the scribes are calling to me, and so goodbye! She falls into the shimmer pool then, and she is gone. Goodbye, and please, oh scribes, watch over them, okay? They earn back her freedom.
Godspeed, moon-touched one. The cycle of the rites is nearly at an end.
Should be just one more, right? I'll win the next 5. Closing in on it. You return to the wagon, after having prevailed against the accusers in the liberation rite. Tizo wishes Bay a safe journey home. Would that we make good of all such incidents. Succeeded in liberating Bay. We return to the Commonwealth in glory. The last light of the stars still shines for us above. At this point, what is to become of our plan needn't be the subject of our speculation. I trust that we'll learn the outcome soon enough. 90%. Our actions to this point shall pave the way, perhaps our faith as well. So let's for now focus on this. We stand upon the brink of the last turn of the cycle of the rites. Soon we'll have a final chance to get one of you home. Now, reader, for a little stargazing, let's see where on the downside we shall be returning for these final rites. Turn back toward the darkness to look upon the last few stars, too stubborn to relinquish their light. 5 stars yet burn for you atop the sacred mountain. Blocking is turning to stone. You can do it midway through your own attacks, but there's a cooldown. Try a heavy attack while the boss winds up his. Okay. And does it stay charged when you emerge from your stone? We need to go see the essence. Tell them what happened to Pamitha. But I guess I might wrap up there. Once more you are to face the essence then. Although I wonder. He hesitates before saying anything further. You cannot sense his thoughts. I apologize. I was lost in thought for a moment there. Let us make our way for the cairn of Harub when everyone is feeling more refreshed, as much as possible. After this one died in his first move. Oh? Only a monster would attempt to remove the heart, or would have the strength. Yeah, I'll leave its heart alone. Reader, though you shall always bear a burden, it is much lighter than the burden of a lonesome exile. Go forth and become free, then join with others such as you and lead with mercy, continuing to demonstrate your worth, and knowing that the Empire's fall form the foundation of our Commonwealth. You shall cease to be a reader and become a voice both to the free and to your successors here. We shall take up this book when you no longer need it. The cycle of the rites shall see to it that you and others like you shall be liberated, ere the coming of another age. May the stars shine ever brightly on us all. Following Bay's liberation, the lone minstrel has returned to the wagon. He stands there as though nothing has happened here this night. He tilts his head a bit as you approach. Once more as the Nightwings have prevailed in the liberation rite and your mindfulness, reader. A commendable achievement. Surely Bay shall live out her days in gratitude to you and your companions. Perhaps she may now seek Jodariel there, in your Commonwealth. I should think Jodariel would have liked to witness what took place this night. I trust that together they shall make a formidable difference to the plan which all of you endeavor to achieve. Now, for the time, Celeste and I are to return to our respective stations. We all await the next turn of the cycle of the rites. May you prevail once more when next we traverse Strive's Gate. Until then, reader, rest well under the stars. He nods and leaves you to recover after a long night. So yeah, I'm guessing there's going to be one more regular match and then one more Liberation Rite, probably against Aralek, and then I think we're done. So I guess I'm going to wrap up there, and next time we'll play our final games, final few matches, and the Pyre will be extinguished. Real close now. I do think next time's going to be the last one. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also sad about it. Anyway, thanks for the company, Badger. It's been good. Thank you for watching, and thank you for keeping me company. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And I should be back in about 3 hours, and we'll be starting Minecraft Monday for the evening. And having some chill times together. So yeah, hope to see you there. Until then, everybody.